It's very common to have more than one staff happening at the same time, especially for the piano or other keyboard music. We have a way of showing this is what the right hand does, and this is what the left hand does. And that is called the grand staff, sometimes called the great staff. And this thing, which is called a brace, shows us that these are happening at the same time. So you can have two. Of course, if you have music for band or orchestra, you might have a whole lot, 20 or 30 staves together. But for this, a grand staff only has two, treble clef and bass clef. And there's an overlap there. This note right here, which is C, and this one is also C, they designate the very same note, the very same key on the piano. If you went to a piano and looked for the name of the piano, Steinway or Yamaha, whatever it might be, the C right under that is called middle C. So that's this one on the bass staff, that one on the treble staff. So there's a way of showing notes, especially in this area. Two ways of showing the same note on the grand staff. Now, it's very common for the clef to change when you're playing the grand staff. If we're playing the piano, these notes would be fairly low. They're all written in the bass clef. It's still right hand and left hand. And then the right hand would jump up a lot higher to play these treble notes, bass, left hand playing these, and continuing. And then as the left hand plays along, it gets kind of high also, so it changes to the treble clef. So the bottom line on that is a staff can change the clef as it goes along. For us, it probably won't very often, but it's possible. Also, when you're playing the piano, they're telling you, you might have both hands playing on the same staff. And this very famous piece, the right hand is playing all these notes with the stems up. The left hand is playing all these notes with the stems down. It looks a little fast and furious, and it is. Here, the left hand jumps down here. And here they've broken the rule about stems up and stems down to make it clear which hand is supposed to play. Right hand plays this. When we get here, left hand does all these stems down guys, the ones they have highlighted, and the right hand continues with the stems up. Here's another page for us to practice writing the notes. And now they want you to write the notes an octave higher and an octave lower for each of these, which would be good practice for you to do. So here's an A. This is also an A, and there's an A down here. So I'm going to try to demonstrate these for you. This note is a B. One ledger line plus a space up here is B. One ledger line plus a space down here is a B. This note is E. There's another E here. There's another E on the 1, 2, 3rd ledger line up here would be an E. This is C. There is a C on the 1st ledger line here. We saw it just a bit ago. And there's another one, 2 ledger lines up here. This note is G. Just above the line there is a G. And if you went down 2 ledger lines and a space, there's a G there also. This note is D. There's a D below that line, the E line. And 2 ledger lines plus a space there is a D. On this one, that note is B. Above the top line is a B here. 2 ledger lines plus a space is a B right there. This is an A. There's another A on the top line. There's another A 3 ledger lines below here. Here's a G. The bottom line is a G. 3 ledger lines above the bass clef is also a G. This note is D. 1 ledger line plus a space is a D. 1 ledger line plus a space below is a D. This note is E. 2 ledger lines above is E. 1 ledger line below is E. And this is a C. 1 ledger line above is a C. 2 ledger lines below is also a C. Then on the bottom of the page, there are some other exercises. I'm not concerned with you going over those, nor am I worried about page 41, which talks a bit about ear training. So we can go on and be done with this unit.